Hello everyone and welcome back to our videos. Today our video will talk about the airfoil design factors and we will talk about the second force of flight. The airfoil design factors. Wing design is based on the anticipated use of the airplane, cost and other factors. The main design considerations are plane form, camber, aspect ratio and the total wing area. We will gonna talk about each one individually and we will start with the plane form. Plane form refers to the shape of airplane's wing when viewed from above or below. Each plane form design has advantages and disadvantages. This, the first one, rectangular, this the round, and this the triangle. The rectangular wing is used on most light aircraft because it has a tendency to stall first at the root, providing adequate warning and aileron effectiveness. This the rectangular. It's important that a wing stall at the root first so the ailerons are able to provide lateral control throughout a stall. If a wing doesn't have these characteristics naturally, it can be obtained by installing small triangular stall stripes at the root of the wing's leading edge. And we talked about that in the last videos. The second factor is the camber. As noted earlier, affects the difference in the velocity of the airflow between the upper and lower surface of the wing. We have two types of camber, or we will not say camber, we will say two types of wing according to the camber shape. The first one, asymmetrical, as we see in the figure. This asymmetrical and this the symmetrical. The asymmetrical wing has greater camber across the wing's upper surface than lower surface. This type is primarily used on low-speed aircraft. We see here the chord line, and on the upper of the chord line or the upper side we see the large area, and on the lower wing we have a small area. So this called asymmetrical airfoil and it used on the low speed aircraft. What about the symmetrical wing? On the other hand, or at the opposite, is typically used on high performance aircraft and has identical upper and lower cambers. So this the symmetrical airfoil, and this has identical between the upper and the lower wing, and it used on high speed airplane. The third factor is the aspect ratio. The aspect ratio is the relationship between the wingspan to the average chord or mean chord. As we see in this figure, the wingspan is the area from the tip to the tip, and the chord line or the mean chord line is the area from the trailing to the leading edge from the mid of the wing. When we take the wingspan is 63 and divided by the average chord 5, we find the aspect ratio. And here we have a second example. The wingspan is 50 feet and the average chord is 2 feet. When you divide 50 by 2, you find that the aspect ratio is 25, and this the meaning of the aspect ratio. The last factor of the wing design are the wing area. The wing area is the total surface area of the wings, and we have something related to the wing area, and it's called the angle of incidence. The angle of incidence refers to the angle between the wing chord line and line parallel to the longitudinal axis of the airplane. How this come, we will see here. As the definition said, the angle of incidence is the angle between the chord line and a line parallel to the longitudinal axis. And you have to focus on this. The angle of incidence is a fixed angle from the manufacturer, and you can find it on the cantilever wings, and you will study this on the airframe book chapter 1. Now we will talk about the second force of a flight, and it's called weight. The weight of an airplane is not constant. It varies with equipment installed, passengers, cargo, and fuel load. During the course of the flight, the total weight of the airplane decreases as fuel is consumed. Additional weight reduction may also occur during some specialized flight activities, such as crop dusting, firefighting, or skydiving flight. The third force of flight is the thrust. The thrust is the forward acting force which opposes drag and propels the airplane. And the thrust, as we know, is produced by the engine. In some airplanes, This force is provided when the engine turns the propeller.